By the way, I just realized I'm not wearing my ring. I should probably put that on. We're actually, my wife and I are still together, by the way.
Oh, yeah, that was episode 1. So episode 1 is me talking about why Abby and I are sleeping in separate beds.
And Abby Howard are no strangers to the internet. In fact, they've been on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook for years, vlogging. The only good thing is they don't actually include their kids in their vlogs, but there is much controversy surrounding them regarding other matters, such as when I covered them last time and they made a video about leaving their kids alone in a cabin on a cruise ship, which you can watch in this video here. Matt and Abby have had their own podcast for quite a while, and it's called the Unplanned Podcast. But now Matt has gone seriously viral because he's explaining to everybody why he's no longer sleeping with his wife and he has chosen to sleep in the guest room closet.
This is super embarrassing, but I've been sleeping in our walk-in closet for the past month now. This is our guest bedroom mattress that I dragged all the way from our guest bedroom into here, and my wife's not a huge fan of this.
I can completely understand why your wife is not a fan of you sleeping in the guest room closet on the mattress. I would imagine the first question she is asking herself is why drag the mattress off of the bed into the guest room and then sleep in there amongst all of the clothes? Why not just sleep on the bed in the guest room? I mean, surely that makes much more sense, doesn't it?
I don't know a spouse that would be stoked about their significant other sleeping in the freaking closet. Not only does that sound super weird,
I do agree that it does sound really weird because actually it is super weird, especially as you are going to be sleeping in there during the day. Well, if you're sleeping in there during the day and you're going to be doing these podcasts at night, why can't you sleep in your own bedroom during the day?
but for someone like my wife who loves cuddles and loves to just like have me play with her hair while she falls asleep, she's not the biggest fan of this, and I totally understand. But this decision that I made, which is a temporary decision, by the way, was something I had to do just to prioritize my mental health because I was not okay. I was really struggling. I was feeling awful, and that's why I'm here. Secret's out. I sleep in the closet.
Prioritizing your mental health is obviously a good thing to do. I sort of think to myself, why are you doing it in the way you're doing it if it's not for drama, for the pick me, for the attention that this is going to garner you? That's the bit I tend to see the problem with.
I tried to film this podcast 3 times now. This is my 3rd attempt, and I'm really nervous. I guess that's because I don't want to do a bad job. I feel a lot of pressure to do my best whenever I'm trying something new, and I hate losing. And so this is something I really care about. I'm really excited about this new
This is something that you really care about. But what about your wife? Mind you, you've proved in other videos, that everything is not always so rosy in the garden. On certain podcasts that you've made, you've said some really detrimental things about your wife, haven't you, Matt?
Decided as a family that we are not celebrating Father's Day this year.
Father's Day, it's always in June, and it's like
Last
always
year
around.
was June 18th, which is Matt's birthday. So he had
Yes.
Father's Day and his birthday on the same day.
But then, that garners you attention, which is another thing that you crave all of the time. You want to be the viral sensation, whether it's in a good way or a bad way. And majoritively, it's the latter, isn't it?
I genuinely love talking to people. I love getting to know people's stories. I'm the type of person that if I sit next to you on an airplane, I'm going to want to know your entire life story. I just am that way. I'm very curious. And if you're my Uber driver, same thing. I want to know you. I want to know your name. I want to know about your family. I want to know about your kids. All that stuff just gets me fired up because I love to hear from other people. I love to learn from other people. And I really think that you can learn so much just by having real conversations with real people. And that's what I want to do. I'm super, super excited for what we're going to do. This is called The Night Shift, by the way. That's the name of the podcast. And the name kind of comes from a personal reason. I love the night. I love being up in the night. I'm kind of a night owl. I've always been that way. I think it is mainly because of my ADHD. My brain doesn't like to shut off at night. And so I stay up and I have all these big ideas. And I've had some of my best conversations with friends and my wife at night.
There are many people that come alive at night. I'm one of those people. I absolutely hate mornings and I would rather sleep the morning away and be up half of the night. But that still doesn't stop me sleeping with my husband because, to me and probably to him, he would find that not a normal occurrence unless there was something seriously wrong in our marriage. Matt's trying to make us believe that that is not actually the case.
Late night conversations are just so good because you laugh, you cry, you bond on a really deep level.
But surely at 26 years old, you've learned that you can have those types of conversations during the day as well? No?
I think it's going to be really fun to conduct every interview on this show in bed with the guest that I'm interviewing. So that'll make things interesting. I think that will just be honestly hilarious, and I think it'll provide an atmosphere where I get really close really fast to whoever it is I'm interviewing.
I'm seriously thinking that any guest that is going to come onto your podcast that walks through your house into the guest bedroom and then into the closet and gets on or in a bed with you is going to find that seriously fucking strange.
I'm thinking probably people on The Bachelor, maybe some of the husbands from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, maybe it's influencer husbands, content creators. I have a dream list that I'll probably eventually share with you guys of who I'd love to interview on the show, but I'm very, very excited. And selfishly, I just really enjoy this. So I'm super stoked for this new show. I hope you guys are too. So if you would leave a comment of somebody that you'd like to see on the show, that would be awesome. I will definitely reach out to them. I will definitely ask and see if they are interested in coming on.
At this point, I'm seriously pleased that I'm only a tiny creator and I'm never likely to get invited onto this podcast. And if I did and actually went, then I would like you, my subscribers, to call me out and tell me how insanely idiotic that would be.
I just want to have candid conversations with people, and I think it's really freaking cool that I get to be super curious and learn and then share all of that with you guys. By the way, I just realized I'm not wearing my ring. I should probably put that on. We're actually, my wife and I are still together, by the way.
Are you trying to convince us or yourself of the fact that you are still happily together? Well, now let's hear what Abby has to say about your new podcast idea.
So I'm like, man, will I ever see my husband again?
You're worried that I'm gonna just like never spend time with you anymore.
Yeah, because you're...
Oh, wait, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna spend a lot of time with you. Don't you worry. Don't you worry.
Okay.
No, okay, so I realized this, you guys.
You look really shocked there, Matt, that your wife's not too happy with this idea. You mean this is the first time that you've said anything to her about it? You haven't discussed it previously on this podcast, and you've just left it to this minute to find out that she's actually not impressed with what you're suggesting? She's not as excited as you are?
What? No, the Unplanned Podcast is here to stay.
I think people think that this might be because we're separating because you're sleeping separate from me
Oh,
again.
yeah, that was episode 1. So episode 1 is me talking about why Abby and I are sleeping in separate beds, which you can watch the episode to hear about. I talk about it for almost an hour, so there's a pretty good explanation. But I want to get your thoughts, though, on like how you feel about sleeping alone, though.
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
No.
Sleeping alone?
No, I complain about it every night. Don't I?
You do. I'm so sorry.
It's just, I'm a lonely gal. See, here's the thing. Say what you want. I am codependent. And I like went from being a kid in my parents' house to being roommates with people in college to sleeping with you. And I shared a room in college. It wasn't like I ever like even had my own bedroom.
You and your brother used to like share a bed sometimes too.
Yeah.
How is it codependent wanting to sleep with your husband? That is a normal state of affairs. I mean, don't get me wrong, every couple has their problems, and even Abby has hers, as we know, with the cruise ship debacle that I referenced at the beginning of the video.
Yeah.
And I have that, I have that thing where I have to say my last words out of my mouth have to be good night, I love you.
Surely, Matt, it makes sense for you to just get in bed with your wife so she can say that to you. You can play with her hair until she falls asleep, and then you can get up. I mean, what's wrong with doing it that way? Yeah, because then you would have to take her feelings into consideration, which is not something you do very often, is it?
But the closet though, it's so dark, it's so quiet, and I have a tiny little AC unit in there that makes it really cold. I've got a portable humidifier as well that makes it very like just the air is so
You guys,
so
as I'm
good
seeing more
and
and more
humid.
gadgets enter the closet, the more I
Amos-
roll my eyes because I was like, man, he's really settling in here. Like, why don't you just get a freaking mini fridge at this point?
I honestly, that's
No,
next on
don't,
my
please
list.
don't,
That's next on my
don't.
list. I could
You're
have some
kidding.
beverages in there.
You're
you know.
kidding.
I also even got these. A friend of mine got me these noise canceling headphones with this device that touches your vagus nerve on the side of your neck.
I hated
and it
that.
kind of massages your vagus nerve to calm you down, so you can get really good sleep at night. So it was like the sleep paradise.
Matt is taking all of his creature comforts into the closet. Well, that doesn't sound like it's only going to be temporary, does it? Well, it definitely doesn't to Abby because she's bringing it up. It definitely doesn't to me either. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Is he doing this just for rage bait for views, or do you think he's going to get the best sleep he's ever had in his closet? Well, that's it for today's video. Thank you for joining me. If you've enjoyed it at any point, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye for now.